Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG radio show. I just want to say I'm really excited getting this year kicked off. I'm in a brand new place, and there's so much for me to go over and discuss with you all today. The first thing that I'm actually going to go over is what I've always been talking about from the beginning, because that leads to everything. And I'll actually go over as far as what we'll be talking about even further as we go along with the RNG radio show. So, first and foremost, let's begin with that. For those that don't know, my name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG Radio Show. I'm so glad that you tuned in. I got a lot of great and exciting things coming for you. But the first thing, like I said, that we're going to mention is credit repair. Now, I know you've heard some of these gurus out here saying that, hey, I could wipe everything off of your credit report if you give me a chance, or I could show you how you can make millions and lots of money by joining this program. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to be clear about something. I am part of that program. I am part of those schemes, pyramid, liftoffs, however you want to call it. So, yes, if you are looking to become an agent, if you are looking to sign up to be part of this wonderful and grand experience, please join me. But please also know it's going to take time for you to even get to that level or even touch a piece of that level if you are not consistent. So, but before we get into that, the purpose of this show is to show free advice. So that's the reason why I'm so thankful that you decided to subscribe to me. I'm so thankful that you're even listening right now. Just so thankful that you're actually taking this number and putting it into your phone right now, 267-702-3756. So, what's so great about credit repair? What is the purpose behind it, Dan? Why are you pushing this down our throats? Because a situation happened to me, and will pretty much be going along the lines when it comes to real estate, career, and such like that as it relates back to it. So, starting off, the reason why I say credit repair is important in fixing your own credit is that you need to start with something basic as credit dispute letters. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, Dan, what are credit dispute letters? Or, yeah, I've heard of those before. I've done it many, many times, and they just didn't help me out, and I'm not sure what else to do. Well, take down the number 267-702-3756. Give me a call or shoot me a text, and I can show you what other steps can be done. But the purpose of a credit dispute letter is so that you are actually disputing what's on your credit report. Now, I know what you're thinking too. Well, Dan, how do I know what's on my credit report if I don't even have my credit report in front of me? I'm glad you actually asked that. So if you go to annualcreditreport.com, you are able to pull up your credit report up until April of actually this year for free, daily, weekly. If you want to check it every 5 minutes, you can do that. That'll be a little psychotic, but if that's what you want to do, that is what you want to do. Uh, but be, but prior to that, the credit dispute letters is pretty much just allowing you to pretty much fight what's currently on your credit report. There's some percentage out there, and I love when people say that. Do you realize 65% of the stuff that's on your credit report can be removed just like that? And it's like, wait, on my credit report? Because then it's like, how you know about my credit report? How you even know that I got a credit report? How you even know that I got credit to report? So when you hear statistics, please take it with a very, very grain of salt. And this is even coming from me as well. When you see some of those statistics, because what I want you to understand and what I want you to realize is that, hey, this situation may not have applied to me, but what can I pull from this situation to better my own? So, first things first, Google credit dispute letters so that way you can start attacking items and start fighting them. The big thing that I got actually from this program that I'm in is actually lowering down my student loan debt. Now, mind you, it's what, 2021 now, so we are nearing the 16-year marker when I last walked across the stage, but yet, I just haven't found that career or that entrepreneurial liftoff that has brought me to the point where I don't have to worry about Sally Mae, or now they're Navient and AES and all like that. But until I actually jumped into this credit repair program. Now, the funny thing is that I've been in the credit repair program since May of 2020. I've been discussing with the program who actually brought me in, Melody Bazemore, since February of 2020, but it wasn't until May because I wanted to do my research, see how they were, blah, 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 and all that fun stuff. And then realizing, like, oh, wait, this could actually be a big step for me in regards to going to the next level, as well as a good stream of income. But the benefit actually was simply this. It was like, hey, listen, Dan, take advantage of this opportunity because years from now, You'll be able to help others years from now. You'll be able to show others what they need to do. So this is the beginning part of it in showing what others what they need to do. So if you're listening right now and this is like the first 12 minutes that you want to listen to, here's what you need to do. If you're looking to sign up, that's great. If you're not looking to sign up, this is what you need to do. For your credit, like I said, go to annualcreditreport.com, pull up your credit report. It's something strange on there. Actually, here's how you do it. And this is actually how they do it. This is actually how everybody does it with credit dispute letters because if you're disputing, credit issues reports and stuff like that on your credit, you would be attacking every single line item. So you would include every single line item on your credit. And all you have to do is actually just put down the name, like if it's PNC Bank, Verizon, if you even want to say, I'm just pulling up some mothball here. Even if you want to use Tamu, Ratton Balls, Inc., what have you, whatever is listed on your credit, whatever is listed as an account on your credit and the account number that's to it, to say that you want to dispute it. It's up to them to tell you, like, hey, you know what? You got us. We didn't think you would actually check to see if that actually belongs to you. We was just seeing if it actually did belong to you. Now, there are legal cases where, hey, some people may have the issue of where it's like, well, Dan, I'm really stuck in a situation where it's like, um, I'm going to need a lawyer because I had some false identity. I had some false issues coming against me and I'm not sure what to do. At that point, you need to seek that legal advice or you need to be researching those programs that do credit repair that say, hey, how are you able to resolve this issue? And a lot of them will say, like, hey, once you sign up with us, we'll show you every single way. I will say with the program that you have with us, if you decide after a month that you don't want to do it anymore, even though most programs will say 4 to 6 months, then, take the time in order to do that. But the credit dispute letters, going back to my situation with the student loan debt, I was stuck in a position where I had the opportunity to get my student loans dissolved and pretty much put away because right now I went from paying maybe like $150 to now I'm only paying $50 a month. In addition, it actually wiped it clean so that way I have a brand new account. Now, is every situation going to be the same? No, there's a different major, there's different circumstances. Shoot, if I had lived 2 blocks down the street, maybe if I was in a different zip code, if my salary was different. But please do not take everything that I say and apply it to your situation. Only look at the fine detail and say, hey, I have student loans, or hey, I have some issues with my credit, or hey, I've been continuously paying for my student loans for 10 plus years, 5 plus years, or even longer than it needs to be. And I need to figure out a way to get out of this. So, how do I get out of this? Well, the first thing, like I said, that you need to do is feel free to reach out to me. The purpose of this radio show that I've been looking to do from the beginning is not only bring guests on to actually talk about their business attributes and what they got going on, but also to give you some free advice to get started on what you need to do as well. So, from this segment, from the credit repair, is that I want you to understand annualcreditreport.com. Feel free to look up your credit report. And then once you do Google credit dispute letters, and you can do this out there, you can go to Google the credit dispute letters and then come back, or you can go to annual credit report, then come back, blah, blah, blah. However you do it, but your signature pretty much needs to be signed at the bottom of these credit dispute letters, and then, pretty much fighting off the creditors. And that, goes out to Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. So once you're done these credit dispute letters, you got down the accounts, the account information, and you're saying like, hey, I have a problem with these, then on and so forth. You'll just wait to hear back. And we typically will do that every so often to fight it. Now, the difference between us and, of course, doing it on your own is that if there is a discrepancy, if there's any issues at all, if there's anything that's remotely not even close to actually what it's supposed to be doing on the credit report, and for some odd reason, they're not giving you the capability of being able to fix it for you, then yeah, by all means, we have a legal team that assists with that. We have the nonprofit attorneys that help out with that. So if you're looking for that and you've hit that wall and you're like, Dan, I don't know what else to do besides checking out your 30 plus videos that you already have got already, discussing it, in addition to checking out the program that you already have, along with the 12 plus benefits that I think come with it. I'm just stuck for words. Well, at that point in time, by all means, give me a call, reach out to me, and we'll definitely work it out together. But prior to us moving on to our next segment, I just want to wrap up and let you know, give me a call, 267 702 3756. for any credit repair issues. I would love to help you out. And in our next segment, I want to talk about some real estate facts and information that you need to know and get you actually a real life example. And what better example to give than my own? So I'll be seeing you in a bit. Be sure to stay tuned and talk to you in a bit.
Yes, sir. Get them while they are hot, ladies and gentlemen. We can, we will, we do. It's bigger than you, bigger than me. Let's get it. Free bands as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Thank you so much. So, for the folks that have already heard me talk about credit repair, I'm going to get into this real life example of real estate and what happened to me. So, um, let's back it up a bit. We are January 2021. Not going to give the exact date because it really doesn't matter, but I just want to give you as far as a timeline, as far as what to look for in understanding this. So, January 2021. I'm all settled. You're listening to this wonderful broadcast and you're actually seeing my wonderful face. If you happen to check me out on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the Robin Nathaniel group because there will be more videos of these to come right your way. Since now I actually have this proper setup. It's a beautiful thing, beautiful thing. I got the headset going and I'm actually hearing myself and it just sounds magical. So magical. All right, but you're here for the real estate. You're like, hey, Dan, how do you know about this real estate? Well, the first thing that I'll tell you is that I'm part of this brokerage called EXP Realty. Now, I know you probably heard, like, oh my gosh, all I heard about them is that they just try to recruit people. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you have a great brokerage and you hear people spending oodles and a bunch of money in regards to their monthly accounts and in regards to losing out in commission and in regards to, not being able to actually diversify themselves in commercial and residential real estate, you actually just want to share the wealth with them and let them know, like, hey, when you sell a house, you actually get a portion of the company's ownership with their shares. But if you're interested and you're a realtor, give me a call 267-702-3756. Or if one of the three things apply to you, that you're looking to buy, sell, or rent real estate, be sure to give me a call as well. And that is 267-702-3756. I am based out in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. But I got some time and I want to tell you about this story that's going to be beneficial to you. So, and this is to landlords as well. So I'm going to start with the first thing. The first thing is simply this, is that when I had actually looked to renew my lease at the last place that I was at, this was back in November, because they had told me, hey, give us 2 months prior to the lease ending, and we'll let you know in regards to automatic renewing the lease. Great. I've been there for 3 years, been paying my rent when I needed to pay my rent, but I will say during the pandemic and all that, I pretty much had no issues at all as far as paying my rent. So praise Jesus on that note. Um, the other thing was that come the beginning of September, I had asked them and inquired with them. I said, hey, I'm looking to renew my lease. Looking for, just pretty much putting that in. Let me know how much that rent goes up, which over the past years pretty much has increased by like $25. So everything's going great. They hit me with, and this is of course during the pandemic, they hit me with, oh, I'm sorry, sir. We're not going to be able to renew the lease. You're actually going to need to be out of the place by November 1st. And I was like, what? No, 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 you don't understand. There's a pandemic going on. And with everything going on, I'm not going to be able to leave uh, within that amount of time frame. So being a realtor, being able to finagle, schmoozy, schmoozy, whoppy wop, whoopty boop, and all that fun stuff, they actually pushed it towards the December 30th. Now, in my mind, in my knowledge and education of real estate and knowing the ins and outs and what I could do, all this flippity flew and doing what I thought was in my best interest. I was looking at multi units, pretty much as far as where I could look at getting a 4 unit and me living in one of the places. And then once I'm living in one of the places, that I could rent out the other three and then I'll be good to go. And then there was the other opportunity of me actually looking to house hack somebody's just single family home and say, like, hey, I'll do a subject mortgage to or subject to on a mortgage. And that pretty much just says that, hey, and these are all options that I do want you to consider if you have the time. I obviously didn't have the time, but thought I had the time. With the subject to, you're pretty much taking over the mortgage payments. You're living there, of course, but you are taking over the mortgage payments. You are pretty much taking care of the property. You're making sure everything is used. It's pretty much like it's your home. The only thing is that as you're taking over the mortgage payments, your destined goal is to actually own the property. Or if you're just coming in, there's that deal that you're working out. But the biggest thing about a subject to is that you're living in a property, paying for the mortgage and treating it as your own. The only thing on the deed and mortgage itself is still the original owner. So I was trying that option. I was looking at the multi-unit where a house had pretty much a duplex or a multi-unit where I'm living in one of them and renting out the other three because I've heard so many things from bigger podcasts, hearing from other realtors, researching books, blah 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 blah. But I want to be honest with you all. And like I said, this goes back to the credit repair, in which I was talking to you about all before, in regards to, hey, it is important and it is key that you need to take the time to actually build up your credit. Because had my credit been where it was supposed to be at, I could have been able to look for a house. I could have been able to put the money down towards a residential unit, been able to close and be able to move in. But if you aren't a type bot, now if you got the good credit, hey, listen, you should be using that credit towards financial purchases for investment so that money can come right back to you and it can become more liquid. But if you're in a situation such as I am and you're looking for a quick place to live and get out, my honest route is to actually do finding an apartment unit. Now, that's where I'm at right now, me and the queen, which we're very, very happy over. I'm really, really excited about, despite a few things that need to be worked on. We're in Philadelphia, so your imagination can run key through there however you like it, but I am just going to leave it at that. But out of respect for the property management company that we're here, I'm blessed to say that, hey, I have heat, I have a roof over my head, and I am happy and blessed with that. But my life lesson to you all, especially if you are looking for that rental property, you are looking for that next endeavor, or if you are in a type bond where you need to move and you need to get out of your current situation, the quickest thing that I would recommend doing is finding an actual property management apartment complex that you can move into immediately. And then once you do that, pretty much look at the fine details when it comes to the lease. Now, the lease that is shown for us is pretty much letting us know, hey, as long as you give us 60 days notice, there's no issue penalty as far as you leaving early or you getting out of the lease. So what is the game plan? Yes, to actually plan to find something, get everything in order, so that way come the beginning of May, we're pretty much letting them know, like, hey, by the end of July, that we're pretty much going to be out of here and everything's going to be set in stone. So, but like I said, your credit plays a huge factor. Your credit plays a large factor as far as you purchasing a home. So don't think that it's like, well, what if I have a 540, 550, 560 score? If your score is below a 700, you need to start looking at things that's going to be building it up past the 700, so you can pretty much write your own ticket. You never want to be in a situation where banks are telling you, like, no, we can't move forward with you, or you don't want to be in a situation where people are telling you, like, oh man, if your credit is that low, there's no way. So if you had heard from the earlier segment, you should know that pretty much check out annual credit report, annualcreditreport.com. Take a look at your items, review them, and move forward with it. But I definitely don't want you to be in a position where I was in, where I was pretty much forced out of a home that I didn't want to, and then having to move. Because by the grace of God, honestly, I'm just being fully transparent with you all. By the grace of God, me and the lady were able to move out. Me and the lady were able to find a place. Me and the lady were able to round up the money to actually move into the place right away, even though we are still waiting on the security deposit and some other stuff. But for the fact that, we're actually sheltered, we're actually in a home, we're actually, covered, I'm really, really excited. And all I know is for the future that greater things are to come. So, life lesson taken from this, and I just want you all to benefit from it as well, is that please, if you're in a situation that requires that you need to have move quick and out, and you're not sure where to go, by all means definitely look into an apartment complex. But when you do, make sure that you are looking at the lease terms when it comes to exiting out of the lease because of all your residential, commercial, or any type of real estate interest that you have. You should always be looking at an exit plan. It's good to hold on to real estate, especially if you have a buy and hold. But at the end of the day, you still need to be figuring out how long do I want to hold on to this property before I move on to the next one and before I can grow my capital to that next level. So, for all your real estate needs, definitely give me a call, 267-702-3756 if you're looking to buy, sell, or rent real estate. Or if you are an agent with brokerage that's outside of eXp Realty and you're looking for a brand new one and want to know about the perks, feel free to reach out to me and definitely get you on one of our Wolfpack mastermind calls. At times we'll have the CEO, sometimes we'll have celebrities and guests. I call them celebrities because celebrities know them as celebrities. So my interest to you is that hey, you got celebrities on the call. So celebrities and guests that come on and talk about the value of joining EXP and what it has to offer, rather than just hearing me talk, 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 talk. So I hope you got some information from that. We're going to be taking a short break here. When I come back, I would like to actually get into the third segment, which is actually some career tips as well as resume writing tips. And I can talk about a recent client that I just had as well. So stick around. I'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Thank you so much. If you are just tuning in right now, or you just skipped it straight forward to just this segment right now, my name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG radio show, in which I talk about credit repair, real estate, just for the fact that I'm a realtor, and also a credit repair expert of many sorts. No, no, no. I just actually copy and paste what I just learned from other people in regards to credit repair. In addition, part of a program that helps you with credit repair, and also a resume writer. So, of those three things, if you need assistance, or my last segment, excuse me, that I like to talk about is motivation, but we will get into that later on. So that'll actually be my closeout. But before we get into anything, I just want to thank you all so much for subscribing already. If you haven't done so already, be sure to go to YouTube. If you're not already there right now, check out the Robert and Nathaniel group. Hit that subscribe button. We got more videos, more contents, giveaways, prizes. I'll probably give away $1 million somewhere down the line. You could definitely quote me on that. But yeah, I could definitely see myself giving away $1 million through this radio show format. But before I do, I need you guys to listen and tell people about what I do. So the other thing that I do is resume writing. So with resume writing, I've been doing this maybe for about 10, we're into 2021 now, so I'll just say over 10 years, just so I don't age myself, since I don't have any grays yet. Yes, this beautiful face that you're seeing right now or hearing about through the many, many facets of this world. Now, let me stop before my girlfriend Queen kills me. No, but with the resume writing, I charge a $49 fee, and that will never ever go away. I can definitely guarantee you that. A lot of people say, like, oh, no, no, no. Once you get to a certain level, you can increase your price. I'm like, I really don't see that happening, because the time that I spend on doing a resume, especially after I tell the people as far as how to fix it, pretty much takes me about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm not trying to take anybody's money, but it did take me about 10 years to actually finesse it properly. So, um, with resume writing, folks, I'm gonna let you know my secret, and I know I probably shouldn't. And oh my gosh, I could probably just take my career grave right now and not being able to ever write a resume again. It's just so sudden. Why would I do this? Because I want you guys to learn, and I know time is a factor. So the big secret into me being this perfect resume writing guru is that you give me a resume, you tell me how you want it formatted, and as far as what type of career that you're looking at, if you're not already currently in the career that you are. And then I go online and look for a resume to match just exactly that. And I take my time pretty much perfecting this masterpiece to show what it is. In addition, take out some things, add some things if you don't already have them on there, and then give it right back to you. And then you say to me, Dan, I love it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Where do I send the $49? And then I tell you Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or I could just meet you in person for cash, but definitely will be wearing a mask and glove. So that's the secret to that. But while we're on here, I wanted to go actually over a few things in regards to because I was giving out some assistance, some career tips and advice in regards to it. So the first being this: the client that I had, a very, very, very dear friend of mine, been knowing her for years. Actually, just call her family for the most part. And there are no family discounts. You get $49. You want $49? It will be $49. Four to the nine, four nine. But a dollar short of 50 since the whole philosophy of the 99-cent store. You should Google that. It's a very, very good story to it. But with the $49, charged her and everything like that, she pretty much came to me straight and said, hey, I'm looking for a brand new job and I need my resume revamped. And it was pretty much straight down. Like there was nothing else to it. Definitely the job duties were there, the job description, her attributes. But what folks are typically missing is that standout approach. It's great to have all the information. It's great to have 10 to 15 different job duties. But if you're not making that stand out, if you're not making that reader, that potential employer, that hiring manager actually just want to be like, you know what? I'm not worried about nobody else's paperwork today. I'm not seeing any more resumes. This is the one that I want. So how to make it stand out. Like I said, Google sample resumes, Google winning resumes. Indeed has so many articles. Monster has so many articles. Career Builder has so many articles. There's so many things and resources out here that you can look for to actually see and actually jump on and say like, oh, I can actually use that. And if your method is not working after looking for work, by all means, definitely try the old school method because a lot of people think that, oh, as long as I put the application online, well, Dan Umstead of the RNG radio show did my resume, so I have nothing to worry about. He automatically gets people in. I have been known for that. I definitely do have a special quality and taste in doing so, but I can't guarantee that. Nobody can actually guarantee you a job placement just because they put some words together and put a bullet together. So, how you stand out, how you actually achieve yourself above everybody else is simply by calling. Call the employer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Dan, I don't know where the contact information is. You Google the company and the city and state that it's in and find the close location and give them a call. You might have the wrong number, you might have the wrong info, but the fact that you actually took those action steps to do so will get you that much further, will get you that much farther, especially if you're looking for that career, especially if you're looking for that next job. So please don't think that these old school methods, because we live in a world of technology and social media, that the moment that you put yourself out there with your resume that you're going to get something automatically coming back. No, the time and effort still needs to be put in. The time and effort still needs to be showing the employer that you are really interested. And there's assessments that go along with it, blah 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 and so forth, but at the end of the day, if you're not willing to pick up the phone and call these employers to inquire of the job posting that you're applying for, you're pretty much at the bottom of the barrel like everybody else, no matter how great your resume is. So there's my advice in regards to that. The other thing is, I was talking to another friend of mine. She was actually looking for a brand new career. She just wanted to get out of the field that she was in right now, but she was just looking for something brand new. And I'm like, oh, great. What are you looking for? What are you trying to do? I don't know, but it just can't be this. Well, what's this? Financial services. Okay, so out of financial services, what do you want to do? Where do you see yourself helping people? Where do you see yourself not helping people? Where do you see yourself making money? I don't know. It just can't be this. So I love the story that I heard about a ship. You know, if you were to tell a ship without a captain, without its mates, without a shipping crew, without anybody working the engine, if you just put on that ship and you just pushed it out into the sea, that ship is going to fail. That ship is going to go down so, so fast because it has no direction. It's not sure where it's going. Now, you've heard many stories of ships being lost at sea. You've heard many stories of ships being wrecked on the course of destination, and that happens. But the benefit that you have is that there's no loss of life in the direction that you're going. So, the career that you're looking for, the job opportunity that you're looking for, if you're looking for something specific, stay on that course. continue to stay on that course, continue to be on that pathway, because what you don't want to do is falter behind. Now, if something comes along where you're like, hey, I don't want to do nursing anymore, now I want to move into teaching, we'll find out what's required of being a teacher, find out what those attributes are, find out which needs to be done, especially during a time like this. How can I be signed up to be a virtual teacher? How can I be signed up, to teach people in different countries? Whatever your passion may be, whatever your focus may be, in regards to that, you need to be set on that pathway, but you need to have a plan of action in regards to it. You can't just say, wake up and be brand new, saying, like, I want to get out of the field I'm in. Okay, well, what is it that you want to do? And really think about it. And if it's a money thing, if it's just, wow. Hey, Google, stop. Can you believe this? I had nothing said with the G word, and that really freaks me out because a lot of times when I do say the G word, yeah, she'll just be popping out of nowhere. So, folks, if you heard that, the device that I have that is artificial intelligence just picked up something and mentioned Stevie Wonder as a duet and decided to chime in the conversation. So I deeply apologize about that if you heard it. But if you didn't, great, that's awesome. Um, but moving forward, yes, in the career that you're looking for and the steps that you're looking for, you need to have a plan of action as far as what it is. Now, like I said, if it just boils down to money and you're like, hey, I'm currently making $60,000 a year, I need to be making $60,000 a year in either the next career or next business opportunity that I'm looking at, whether it be entrepreneurship or partnering with somebody, this is how much I need to be making in weekly, daily, monthly, what have you, then research that. Yes, if you Google how $60,000 a year salary, $60,000 a year jobs, you will come up with that. If you look up 70,000 entry level career jobs, you can definitely look up that as well. But with looking up that research and doing what you need to do to figure out that information will require you taking the time to actually Google and check it out. So if you're looking for somebody to do it, nobody's going to do it for you. And if they do it for you, please make sure that they're not charging you. Because if you're not willing to do it on your own time, you shouldn't be paying somebody to do it for you on their own time. Now, if they're doing it on their own time because they want to help you out, that's great. But if they're doing it for a fee and trying to help you out, being that career counselor, and you're over the age of 18, we got plenty of resources out here that you're able to look up that stuff on your own. So, with that, I hope you got some great advice and learned some information. The last thing that I actually wanted to close out with you all today is about change. I myself realized that it is 2021, it is a brand new year. I got sick during the last week of December, which was really, really awesome because I had caught a slight cold, but thankfully, COVID free. Hallelujah. Um, and I realized that I'm like, wow, just in an instant, your life can change. Just in an instant, you can feel groggy. Just in an instant, your whole life gets turned around. So, with that instant, I'm realizing that sometimes change is for the good. There's going to be times that your body tells you, like, hey, you need to shut down, you need to relax, you need to step back a little bit and get back to who you are, get back to where you need to be at before you do anything else. And that's understandable. But the change that you need to make to be the better you, the change that you need to make to actually stand yourself out, the change that you need to make to change your career, you need to change. I've always had the philosophy of, no, I don't need to be waking up early. No, there's no late nights for me, or it'll be either or. If I wake up early, then I'm going to be going to bed early, or if I'm going to bed late, then definitely I don't need to be waking up early. If your grind session is going to require 2 to 3 years out of your life, to actually be putting in the time to get to the next level, then hey, do that 2 to 3 year grind, because in the long run, that's all you're looking for it to pay off for. So that way, you work hard for the next 2 to 3 years, working on your craft, perfecting it, and then hey, if you got 15 to 20 years of your life that you could pretty much just sit back and have everything running in motion for you, then that's great. But make that change today. If it's going to require you to be up till 2 a.m., then go ahead and do it. that's going to require you to get only 4 to 5 hours of sleep for 3 weeks straight, then go ahead and do it. There's been plenty of times that I'm sure in your life where you had to stay up late, whether it be a homework assignment, whether it be something that you're trying to work on, whether it be a craft, whether it be an algorithm, whether it be a project, whether it be just staying up because you just happen to be hanging out with your friends and everything like that. There's something that required you being out of your normal range, you being out of your normal routine. And that change was either for the good or that change was either for the bad. What you need to be figuring out is like, how can I change to be better at what I'm going to become in the future? Or just make it more simpler. What change do I need to be working on now so that way my tomorrow gets closer to my future? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again so much for checking me out. This is Daniel Umstead with the RNG Radio Show. Thank you again for checking me out on YouTube. Thank you for checking me out on Empower Radio. Thank you so much for checking me out on Anchor FM. I'm pretty much everywhere. So, listen to your favorite podcast. Feel free to Google me, Daniel Umstead, the RNG Radio Show, and be sure to check me out on your favorite social media. No, let me be specific: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Twitter, I'm working on, but right now, Facebook and Instagram. That's where you can find me at. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a great one, and I'll be talking with y'all all soon.
Fleslet on the beat.